What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, you guys? We are back for another episode review of Power Book 3, Kanan, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 9, Loyal to the End. Let me just tell you this, okay? I just don't understand how is it that this show, I cannot stand when shows come on and they're good, but then they get real good in that last 3 to 2 episodes at the end. Like, oh my goodness, I've already watched the episode, but I'm rewatching it, just to take it back in. But listen, this episode was really good. This episode was really, really good, okay? Last week was good. This episode was good, baby. It was war, okay? This is the beginning of the war. We're about to suit up. Baby, we're about to toot it and boot it and go and shoot it, okay? I said, oh no, we're about to get it in. So the episode starts off. We got Unique. He at the mall with his boys and his son, right? And his boys, his little protection and all that stuff. And meanwhile, Marvin, he in his feelings, okay? Because you got Lulu is in the hospital. After all of this stuff, Lulu is in the hospital. Thank goodness, okay? He's not dead. And like I said, it was just smoke inhalation, very bad. But what wound up happening is not Lulu, but Marvin took it upon himself to want to go do a little drive-by on Unique, okay? Unique is talking to his son, putting his son up in the car, making sure it's done or whatever, making sure he's all buckled in and safe. And next thing you know, Marvin is in the van with old boy that snitched on Kanan, okay? And he just rolled past. Like one of his boys, Unique's boys, peeped it because, listen, anybody gonna look at the suspicion of a van that's rolling past with the door open, okay, with no windows, right? So he just starts spraying. He just starts spraying. But Unique's car has so many bullet holes in it, all right? That shit looked like, it looked worse than Marvin's car because Marvin had an automatic, okay? He had an automatic, machine gun or whatever, AK-47, one of those things, okay? And he just sprayed that whole car, but the car was bulletproof. The whole time, I'm telling y'all, listen, I know at this point I thought that, kids was off limits and stuff like that, but baby, I was so scared that the little boy was gonna get it, okay? Until I found out and saw that them bullets were not penetrating that glass. I said, oh. Now I wanted, if Unique would have got hit, that's the cost of the game. You know what I'm saying? This is the street life. Bitch, being in the street life just seems so goddamn stressful. Okay? I just wouldn't want to do it. Why would I want to be looking over my shoulder all the damn time? Okay? But that bullet did not miss the hit the baby, so I was fine. And of course, when Marvin, he goes and dropped the car off or whatever, and he look at old boy and he basically like, it is what it is. He was like, for real, man, for real, for real. Listen, they was gonna put a murder charge on me, and I wasn't finna try to drop your dime or whatever. I wasn't gonna rat you out, but you ratted out Kanan. Kanan ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He young. He ain't gonna get that many years. I said, oh, so we just gonna put it on the kids, and they still do that today, okay? Get these little young niggas out here and take a charge or whatever because they young and they just gonna go to what, juvie, and then get out. But he killed that nigga, and I said that's what you needed. It had to be done. It had to be done. Meanwhile, we got Raquel at the hospital with Jessica, Lulu laying up in the bed. They hoping that Lulu wake up, and Lulu ain't woke up, okay? He just got his little oxygen thing on in his nose or whatever. But Jessica's, Raquel told her to go ahead to go clean up or whatever because she didn't want to leave. But at this point, Symphony shows up. She was like, nigga, what you doing here? Kanan told me that you was here. Of course, you two chatty motherfuckers. I said, wait a minute, Raquel. Now, I know you going through some stuff because your brother is in the hospital, your baby brother. Okay, that's your heart. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't have to come in sympathy the way that you did. And this is the second time that you didn't play my boo left, okay? And I don't even like light skins like that. But Sympathy is a good guy, all right? He is a good guy who is on the straight and arrow, but who understands that you was in that street life and he ain't even trying to change you, okay? He ain't doing none of that. He letting you rock the way that you need to rock, okay? And you gonna disrespect him, talk about some, you know what, if I needed you to come down here, I would have told you to come down here. He was like, I came down here because I was scared. I ain't heard from you, so I'm trying to understand what's going on. That's what happens when you with somebody and you care about them. Oh, is that really? Is that what it is? Maybe I don't really care. Let me just tell you this, Symphony. To be quite honest, we knew what this is. It ain't real. I said, Raquel, you was sitting up here talking about, do you see yourself having babies with me? Okay? You planned your whole future out with this nigga, and now all of a sudden it wasn't real, and then gonna tell him you'll get over it. Listen, in a couple of weeks, you will have a couple of hoes that at the college that you will be fucking. I said, what? What, Raquel? I said, nah, don't do that. And then at this point, Symphony was like, fuck you, okay? She was like, oh shit, nigga finally got some little heart. I didn't even know you was gonna go that route. That's cool or whatever. And he turned back around and he said, tell Marvin Tony ain't to be trusted. I said, see, that's a good nigga right there. Raquel, girl, that's a good one right there. He ain't have to tell you that, okay? Because my petty ass would have just let whatever happen, happen. Because you ain't gonna play me one too many times, okay? Meanwhile, after that, what wound up happening? Girl, of course, I have forgot to tell you, Marvin had set that car on fire. He set that car on fire. I said, Marvin, if you don't get about your bullet-ridden car, okay, it's such a unique color, plus it got a whole bunch of bullet holes, set that bitch on fire too. Meanwhile, back at the hospital on the outside, we got Detective Malcolm. Baby, they did a close-up on his face, and I said, what the hell is going on? And I had to remember that he is sick. I said, look at his skin. I said, oh my, I know Keisha ain't got you going out the house looking like this, okay? You need to drink your beet juice, okay? Get some vegetables up in your systems, all right? Plant-based, okay? Listen, I don't even do that myself. Let me shut up. But anyway... he a little sickly, and he's still out there smoking a cigarette. I said, y'all will smoke y'all cigarettes, okay? Y'all will not, girl, have a half a lung. That's it. Not even a whole, a half, and still be out there puff puff giving, okay? But anyway, he peeps something. His car pulls up, all right? And it's these two dudes, okay? And this what got me. If you gonna come in and try to do some stuff, make yourself undistinguishable. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it so obvious. I'm going to tell you why. So this lady comes out, a nurse or whatever, black woman. She comes out with a bag, give it to the dudes, okay? And then basically what's in there is some scrubs and some badges to get up in there, get access and stuff like that. And so at this point, they go up in there and, you know, of course they paid them. We see them go in, and then we don't see Detective Malcolm. We see that Lulu up in the room. We see Raquel coming out, and the nurse is flirting with the cop that was supposed to be outside the door. Okay, girl. At this point, I'm like, what is happening? We figure it out. These two dudes is coming up there to try to take Lulu out and finish the job. Here is my thing. Now, you want to be in disguise. Why is you coming up there with this long-ass, asymmetrical-ass, Gumby-ass haircut, okay? It would have been cuter if it was lower. It was just so obvious that the shit was fake. I mean, it was too high. I said, you was giving me Kid and Play, okay? And only he, in my eyes, can pull that off. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just chopped right here. I said, cut it off so people won't recognize you and you can blend in just in case something happened. But of course, they go up in there, they had their guns and all this stuff, and they thought they was finna take Lulu out. Detective Malcolm had already came up in there and secured the scene and caught their asses. You know, had Lulu transferred to another room or whatever. Meanwhile, Malcolm, he was talking to Raquel and basically said, listen, you gonna have to let me see my son. I said, excuse me, Raquel, what you gonna do? Bitch, what you gonna do? She said, listen, ain't nobody got time for that. He was like, listen, you gonna let me see my son and you gonna let me do what I need to do, or I'm going to have him picked up. I'm going to have a warrant out for his arrest, and then he going to be locked away. And that's what it is. And she was like, all right, cool. But if I do this, you going to have to owe me a favor, okay? You can't be pressing none of my people. Take out the tailor shop. That's Unique's place, okay? And let me do what I do. He was like, I'll let you operate within reason, okay? But when I need you for whatever else I need him for, you better let him be available. I'm going to call you when I'm ready to meet up with him again. And when we do this meet, it better just be Kanan. I was like, oh, so what we finna do? Okay, cool. Raquel looking like, yeah, bitch. Okay, we'll see what it is. Meanwhile, at the police station, girl, at the police station, when I tell you the caucasity and the audacity that just happened at this police station and the privilege, okay? Linda and James. We finally found out that the daddy of Nicole, his name is James, okay? And at this point, I feel like James is about to divorce Linda because James was looking for a way out, okay? Because James is tired of Linda's bullshit. Linda then poured and forced this man to come to the police station to try to file a police report to get Laverne, goddamn, aka Jukebox, arrested. All because she's calling her daughter, saying that, oh, she killed my daughter, she killed my daughter. And then here go James. Now, Linda, you know she didn't do that. That isn't her. Yes, she did. She brought the drugs in that killed her. You know, Nicole is not a drug addict. Nicole is not one of those ghetto drug fiends. I said, wait a minute. That's the second time this bitch done said ghetto, okay? And I said, you know what? Your privilege is showing. Your racism is showing. She was like, it seems like I'm the only one that care that I lost my only daughter. Then you know what? I got a high-powered attorney that's going to come down here and they're going to take care and treat people like me better. And they're going to take care of this situation. I said, treat people like you? Oh, okay. I said, Miss Linda, get the hell up out of here, okay? Your daughter was a crackhead, okay? I ain't even gonna say crackhead. She was a drug addict, all right? So, you just need to accept the fact that even if Laverne gave her the drugs, okay, or had the drugs on her, that bitch still took it. Ain't nobody tell her to put that shit to her mouth, okay? But hey, it is what it is. I said, Miss Linda, bye, bitch. So, Miss Jukebox, girl, this shit is getting on my nerves. That's why I had to stop it, girl. Anyway, it's getting done on Wednesday, but Miss Jukebox, she is at Nicole's grave. I feel so sorry for her. She is literally suffering in silence because she is in a family that really don't show emotions like that. And she, outside of Rock, is the only young girl there, okay? And she's with a father who's emotionally unavailable, you know, who's damn near a child himself. So I just feel so sorry she ain't got nobody to talk to. And then here come Miss Detective Lady, okay? And she trying to butter up to her like, I'm sorry about what happened. And, you know, people don't pay attention to high school breakups and first loves or whatever, when I loved the most and the hardest when I was in high school. And, you know, this person was who I was with and woo, woo, woo. You want to go get some ice cream? Okay, because we connected over our daddy. You know, we went to go get our daddies out of the hall from being drunk. I said, Miss Lady, I don't need to know all of that. But of course, Laverne went on ahead and she went and, you know, obliged because she played on the fact that she a lesbian. And so she can realize and see that obviously she ain't got no other influence to talk to when it comes to those type of matters. So at this point, after they go get their little ice cream in a cup or whatever it was that they got, okay, little Italian ice or something like that. She was like, I can't believe you ain't never had none. Girl, what would be the reason that I need to? That's how Laverne was looking like. What do you want? Okay. And so at this point, you know, she starts talking about how, you know, she was, her brother committed suicide, trigger warning, sorry. Her brother took his own life and, you know, she came a cop because she felt like she had to do what, you know, the brother was supposed to do. The brother was supposed to be the next in line. And so she said, let me pick up the slack. You know, it's like, she was forced into it. And it seems as though you living in a family that was making you forced into doing what they doing. And she was like, girl, I don't need to hear that, okay? And no, just because you got your little side story of a family or whatever that's going on, I don't need to hear that. I got my own, all right? And it was like, you know, next thing you know, she brings up the whole thing about the crack vows and maybe Kanan had something to do with it, and is it in connection to, you know, it was bodies that's been dropping from it, and you know, did this have anything to do with D Wiz killing, you know about D Wiz, all right? They said D Wiz killing probably had something to do with Buck 20. And then, you know, Laverne was like, girl, at this point, yeah, you see, listen, I tried to take an inch. You know, that is the detective's problem, okay? She had it for a second. And then she lost it because she went in too hard. She went in too deep, too quick. She went in too quick. Okay, you got to finesse that. You was on the right path. You got to ease it in, okay? The opening wasn't there for you to ask all these questions. And then if you're going to ask the question, ask one at a time, okay? Ask one here, ask one there, ask one on the next thing, whatever. Don't vomit it all out. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what she did. And Laverne said, listen, you need to stop following me. Because she did ask her, why are you following me? She was like, because listen, I see that you're going through some stuff and I feel like, you know, I'm worried about you. And I was like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Kanan had came to the hospital to see what's up with Lulu, and he was like, why they had to move him. It was like, because some guys came up here trying to assassinate him or whatever, okay? And so basically at this point, let me ask this question. Is the actor, I don't know why I get this feel, because I just get this feel and it has happened. Does the actor, is he American? Like American, like born and raised on the playground where I spend most of my days, okay? Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Is he American? Because he just gives me the feel like if outside of the character, he probably got a British accent or something. I don't know, like he trying so hard with this accent, this New York accent or whatever, and it's like he's trying to keep his mouth closed. I be looking at it like, open up your mouth, okay? But he's like tighten it up on top for real. Just watch it, and you'll see what I'm talking about to get the accent correct. But basically, he was like, I'm all in. I ain't never going nowhere. I ain't leaving your side. We finna do what we gotta do. If we need to squat up on these niggas, we finna squat up on these niggas. Rock looking like, all right, okay, cool. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. Meanwhile, back at the hospital, Laverne finally came up there, and Jessica was still up there, and she had a conversation with Rock, and Rock was the only one that truly acknowledged that we heard what happened to Nicole, and she just told her that she was sorry. And I thought they was gonna go and talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But instead, Laverne took that moment to tell her about the cop. And she was like, why she coming to you? She was like, I mean, she tried to come up to me before and I got up out of there. And she was like, she asking me about Kanan and all this other stuff or whatever. But, I didn't tell her nothing. It was like, okay, cool. You got a cop friend or whatever. She was like, first of all, I don't snitch no cops. She was like, it's cool. It's cool. Sometimes it's okay to have a cop in your pocket. That's what you need sometimes. I said, oh, so Rock thinking about using this bitch to her advantage, which I probably would have did too. Meanwhile, speaking of being up there at the hospital too, there was this scene where Raquel was in the chapel. I said, girl, what you in the chapel? You in chapel don't mix, okay? I'm just saying all the dirty deeds that you do, girl, get up out of there. Blasphemy, you are burning, okay? But, here comes Marvin, and he like, damn, this the first time they truly seeing each other after that big altercation that happened, and she fired him and kicks him out the crew or whatever. And basically, telling him that he wasn't supposed to hit back at Unique. And then the fact that he missed, it was like, if you gonna hit him, you're not supposed to miss. And I told you, stand down, because you're gonna mess up the plan that I got him already working. And he was like, you forgot I don't work for you, and I love my family or whatever. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how I supposed to protect or how I supposed to go back and do what I need to do for my family. And at this point, Raquel understands what's going on, and she was like, I need you to come back, okay? That's what I need. We need to come together, because Unique is getting all his people and bringing in reinforcements or whatever. And he was like, we ain't gonna survive this alone, so I need you to come back into the crew. And he was like, to be quite honest, I'm good with what I got going on. This solo shit that I'm doing, I ain't got to answer to nobody or whatever. And she was like, it ain't like that. He was like, listen, do you understand how it feels that my little sister is the one that took over my position? Okay, I'm a man, and I know I messed up, but I'm due respect, okay? That shit eats me up. And she understood. And they came to a point where it was like, we gonna do this. She was like, you the one that fucked it up and got high on your own supply. But he did also admit that she's better at this than he is. She sees and hears things better than he can, And so after they had that little come to Jesus moment, the family is back intact, okay? Leave it to Lulu getting hurt. It always happen like that. Somebody got to get hurt for, us to get back on our shit or whatever. And so after that, Kanan was over there with Marvin, and they going over the guns and stuff or whatever. And he about to put him on the corner. They filing off the serial numbers, making sure no fingerprints and stuff, no tracing in the barrels and all that stuff. And telling him, your mom wants you to probably gonna want you to do this, okay, because we need some extra manpower, all right, and you need to get your head straight. He was like, how am I gonna get my head straight with you up here listening to this old music that sound like Black History? What he listened to? Smokey Robinson, okay? And I said, I was with Marvin at that point. Don't disrespect the greats, okay? These young kids just don't know, all right? Meanwhile, he want to get some new music or some different type of music with with some bass, and he said, "I go get it out of juke room." And at this point, Marvin said, "No, I get it." Marvin went up in that room and was going through that girl stuff. Now I said, my mama ain't never did no shit like that. Okay, you are not finna come into my room and go through my stuff. And second of all, my door would be closed and locked. Okay, get the hell up out of here. But he going through her stuff, and he get to one of her drawers, and it was stuck. And then when he opened it, that tape from the mall popped out, and then pictures from the photo booth of Laverne and Nicole popped out, and they kissing and all that stuff. And he was like, "Damn, man, ain't this some shit?" And I said, "Oh my goodness, this is the reaction that I was waiting for," because I knew it was gonna happen, because it was just too good to be true to have Raquel, be okay with what was going on with Laverne. And that's why Laverne didn't want to get dressed at her house and didn't want him to know about certain stuff, because she knew that her daddy was gonna act a fool just like this. He looking at the tape, you know what I'm saying? And Kanan came up in there and had to tell him, Mama said, "Come on, let's go." He was like, "Okay, cool, I'll meet you there." And when Kanan leave, you know what this fool did? This fool took the damn TV and pushed it down and broke. I said, "Are you serious? Are you really that mad? You really that bothered that your daughter looks happy in this video? You can't see that, and you can't see besides your own homophobia that your daughter looks happy, okay?" And I was just like really, really upset, but I understood because it was the times. Meanwhile, you got back at the police station, Malcolm come up in there asking Burns, that's her name. I keep calling her detective lady, but asking her where she was at. She ain't responding. She looking at Buck 20's mug photo or whatever of him dead and all this stuff, and crime scene photo. And she was like, "Listen, I'm up here trying to solve this case, okay? I went to talk to Laverne and all them," and he was like, "Why would you do that?" Okay, she said, "What is it with you in this family?" All right. And he gets up in his feelings or whatever, because he got secrets that he don't want to get out yet, to know the connection between them, because she want to go ahead for with this Kanan Stark situation. And he was like, "No, no, no, what you gonna do is, I'm gonna get another partner, because I don't trust you. So therefore, if you don't trust me, bitch, I don't trust you, and I can't work like this. Let me go talk to the captain." I said, "You are a bitch, Malcolm, okay?" I said, "Miss Detective Lady, go ahead and do what you gotta do. Go with somebody else that ain't gonna get you killed." So then, after all of that, the most heartbreaking scene of this whole episode came when Jukebox came back home. Well, she came back home and she came into her room, and the room is trashed, okay? And Marvin's sitting his ass there. I said, "Are you serious? Are you, like, really, the reaction that people have to it just baffled me. Like, why does that make you so upset? I just don't get it." But anyway, he pissed off and was like, "So you one of them girl F's, okay? F word, I'm not gonna say it, okay? And then but you one of those lesbianese." I said, "First of all, lesbian, but all right, you got it from your mama's side, because it ain't nothing but a bunch of heathen and stuff over there and wayward shit." I said, "Wait a minute, you want to talk about what they got going on over there and saying that they heathens and they doing all that shit or whatever, but yet y'all on this side ain't no better. You heathen too, okay? You talking about some, he was like, 'And who this white bitch up in the picture?' And it was like, 'Well, her name Nicole and she dead.'" Okay, cool. That's what she get, okay? Because she's going against God's will and all this stuff. And I said, "And you are too." If we want to go there, you are too. And it is so crazy how homosexuality is such a bigger sin than anything else. But then in the Bible, it says basically all sins, and no sin is greater than next. You know what I'm saying? But yet you want to judge for this and judge for that. But yet you out here killing folks. They just out here trying to love people, and you out here killing folks. And you up here mad because she is gay? I said, "Oh my goodness." Meanwhile, at this point, she was like, "Well, if that's what it is, call her pussy bitch and all this stuff or whatever." And Laverne said, "Then what about you? Because you the same thing. You the biggest violation." And at this point, girl, I can't remember who hit first, but all I know is she spit in his face, okay? And then he knocked her out. And then next thing you know, she get back up, they struggling and they fighting, and he tossing her across the room and shit. And I was like, "Oh my God, stop it. Stop it. I just want us to be a family again. Stop it." I said, "This is so sad and this is so heartbreaking and disturbed my spirit so bad," when he choked her up on that wall and he was damn near about to kill her, okay? I said, "That is your daughter, all right? And then gonna say something, just because you want to act like a man don't mean that you can can fight like one. I said, that bitch don't want to act like no man. She just love women. That's all that it is, okay? She ain't say she wanted to change or whatever. Like, what's going on? I said, oh my God, let her go. Like, she was turning blue and everything. I said, oh my God, Laverne. And then he finally did let her go, and she gasping, and you wanted to start crying because you realized what you was doing. Laverne, juke. I said, the way Laverne got up, let me just tell you, that actress that played her, girl, she played that part because, baby, I saw it. I felt it. And when she stood up and she just walked on out, I said, oh, she's over and she's done with. Baby, she went down there to the detective. Mind you, Lady Detective Miss Barnes, okay, she the one that got her out of that little trouble with the Nicole parents, okay? And so she went down to her and basically she was like, let's go talk. I said, no, we not finna snitch like this. We not finna do this. But remember, she do become a cop, but she becomes a dirty cop. So, okay, maybe. I don't know how this gonna play out. Meanwhile, she do tell her that, that it's gonna be some stuff going down, and she was trying to save her ass or whatever, but we'll get to that in a second. But we got Raquel trying to teach what's this boy name, Kanan, how to shoot the guns and all this stuff, and the different caliber of guns, and the 22s ain't nothing but BB guns, and what you need is a Glock. Okay, you don't get this one because them Uzis and them bazooka, the Uzis or whatever, they jam up and all this stuff. What you need is a Glock. I'm sitting here looking, and I was like, damn, do I need to take notes? The way that it was like school was literally in session, okay? But then she goes on this guilt trip. Let me tell you how much of a manipulator Rock is. I said, you are hyping up your own son. You are manipulating your own son, even though he is the one that said, listen, I'm here, I'm in it, I ain't going nowhere. But yet, I'm sitting here like, okay, so we hyping him up so he won't, back down. Okay, cool. Giving him motivation. Basically, her speech was, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. That's what it was, okay? Kanan, you the future, okay? You about to go and hit somebody cold, face to face. This ain't about going on the corners and doing no shit like that. This is about seeing somebody face to face and just taking them out, okay? This is for our future because this person is a threat to us and it's you to save us, okay? I ain't see it then and I heard it before, but I wasn't listening, but now I know, okay? You was born to do this, you in this or whatever, and you got to go out there and you got to save us. Mind you, she already told him, you got to hit them twice in the heart, okay, where they heart beat, and hit them once where they used to think. I said, oh my goodness. And I said, what is this speech? Meanwhile, you got what's his name, Unique over there hyping up his boys or whatever. We finna go out there and we finna take the streets. Anybody that's with Raquel, they get put down. Young, old, man, woman, kid. I said, the kids too? The kids too? I thought the kids and the men women was off limits. Girl, the rules be changing in the street light stuff. I just don't be getting it. I said, oh no, this is a lot. And Lulu winds up waking up, okay? Mind you, they said that Lulu lungs needed to cool down. So, he woke up, and I was surprised that Jessica was still there. Because I really thought Jessica was really playing that nigga, okay? She seems so selfish to me. But, I'm still side-eyeing the bitch. But, hey, it is what it is. So basically, what wound up happening with Jukebox, she tell old girl, first of all, old girl was concerned. She was like, what happened to you? She was like, that ain't none of your concern. But what I need to tell you is that y'all in danger, okay? So what happened was the cops had hit Unique stash or whatever, and so now our people were about to come and hit y'all. I said, ooh, I said, Laverne, what are we doing? Cold? Okay, you just really don't give a fuck at this point. She was like, bitch, it's revenge because what you not gonna do is put your hands on me, nigga. Okay, I said maybe she's setting them up. I feel like it's a setup. That's what I feel like. Meanwhile, what wound up happening? We see Marvin, he going down there and he gets drops off a weapon to one of his boys on the corner. We see Raquel up in the church. Shout out to my subscriber, Miss June BLC. I have promoted her channel, shouted her out a couple of times on my channel. Miss June was in the church scene. Okay, I was like, first of all, why are we in the church with a full blown choir? This is the second time we are in the church like scenery, and I am so confused. And like Marvin said, I know you're not up in here trying to ask for forgiveness. Raquel said, no, I'm asking for forgiveness for what I'm about to do. Okay, listen. At this point, Raquel is sitting there. I said, what is you doing, Miss BLC? Now, when the camera had zoomed in on Raquel's face, and then that lady that was sitting in front of her, they kind of like faded out a little bit, and she was shaking her head or whatever. She was the third in the row. That was Miss June. Okay, so shout out to you, boo, being the extra in a good ass TV show. That's what's good. Okay, I love when my subscribers be out here doing big things. I don't care what you doing. That's great. But anyway. So she was sitting there with her mama. I said, because I was really confused as to why she was at the church. She was like, yo, mom, what's good? Mama was like, what's on your mind? What's going on with you? Because you ain't never been to church in a year, okay? And not this early. What's good? And she was like, yo, so do you ever wonder how I became the way that I became? You know what I do? And she was like, listen, don't put that on me. And she was like, I'm not putting it on you. Okay, I'm just trying to let you know. That ain't my fault, okay? You the one that wanted to do, you your own person, and this is what you wanted to do, so you did it, okay? And she was like, well, there's my answer. She was like, exactly. The issue and the problem lies with you, Raquel, okay? I said, oops, and she walked away. I said, well, damn, mama, you gotta tell the truth sometimes. It felt like it was something else that was going on underneath their layers, okay? Because Marvin said in the chapel that he had to raise Raquel and Lulu while the daddy and the mama was out there doing whatever they was doing. So I feel like they got caught up in the drug scene too. And now she got saved like they always do. Okay. Moving on from that, Kanan, he on his mission that his mama didn't put him on after she done hyped him up. I'm thinking he finna go, shoot a corner boy from Unique's people or whatever. And I was like, what's gonna happen? Baby, he walking and then he goes and he put on Unique's jacket that Lulu took out of his car. And I said, what's about to happen? So he goes hide or whatever, and he meeting up with somebody. Okay, who the person is that he's supposed to be taking out? His daddy, bitch. I said, not Detective Malcolm. Mind you, when he realized who it was, he was like, what? The look on his face was like, what? And I'm thinking that he not gonna go through with it. But then again, I said, it's Kanan. He gonna go through with it. He gonna have some questions, but he gonna go through with it. And here go Malcolm. This whole time I was thinking about what I was gonna say, but now that I got the chance to see you, I don't even know what to say now. Kanan said nothing. Okay, pop. And he was like, what? And then shot him again in the head. I said, oh my goodness. That's how the episode ended. I cannot wait for this season finale. Let me just tell you this. I was not too hyped about this show. I thought it was a good show, but I wasn't hyped about it like Power, the regular Power. But baby, these last couple of episodes really did it. And I'm not saying that the show was bad because it was good, but baby, these last couple of episodes, yes, okay? But y'all tell me how y'all felt about it, and I will see y'all later. Peace.